Hello students, let us start a new chapter, atomic structure and chemical bonding. Atomic theory originated as a philosophical concept in ancient India and Greece. The word atom comes from the ancient Greek word rather, atomos, which means indivisible. According to atomism, matter consists of discrete particles. Atomic theory, when this word comes, we cannot separate it from John Dalton, although who was an English chemist and physicist, and is a man who has been created today with the development of atomic theory. However, a theory of atoms was actually formulated something around 2500 years before Dalton by an Indian sage and philosopher known as Acharya Kannad. So let us see some how atomic theory was developed in ancient India. This is Kannad's conception of anu or atom. Once he was walking with the food in his hand, breaking it into small pieces when he realized that he was unable to divide. So he was unable to divide the food into any further parts. It was too small. From this moment, Kannad conceptualized the idea of a particle that could not be divided any further. He called that indivisible matter Parmanu or Anu, that is atom. In Western world, Democritus is very well known Greek philosopher, along with Leucippus, who are recorded as the people who give the concept of atomus as an indivisible building block of matter as early as 5th century BCE. John Dalton, an English chemist and meteorologist, is credited with the first modern atomic theory based on his experiments with atmospheric gases. Although Democritus did a lot of work regarding atomic theory, but he was less influential than the Greek philosopher Aristotle, who lived about 100 years after Democritus. Aristotle rejected Democritus's idea of atoms. In fact, Aristotle thought the idea of atom was ridiculous. Unfortunately, Aristotle's ideas were accepted for more than 2000 years. During that time, Democritus' idea of atoms were more or less forgotten by the world community. It was John Dalton who brought back the concept of atom, and it was around 1800 that John Dalton, this British chemist, revived Democritus's early ideas about the atom. Dalton is pictured in figure below. Dalton's atom. He made a living by teaching and just did research in his spare time. Nonetheless, from the research results developed one of the most important theories in science. His atoms looked like this. Let us go through some postulates of Dalton atomic theory. All matter is made up of tiny particles or atoms. Atoms cannot be created, divided, destroyed, or changed into other types of atoms. Atoms of same element have identical properties. Atoms of different elements have different properties. Atoms of different elements combine in whole number ratios to form compounds. Chemical changes join, separate, or rearrange atoms and compounds. Since these postulates were based on assumptions, there were some drawbacks of this atomic theory. So those drawbacks came into highlight only after the modern scientists with some latest equipments came across with their ideas. These were some of the Dalton atomic theory's drawbacks. Like he said, matter is composed individual particles, but we see that atoms can be divided, but only in nuclear reaction. All atoms of a particular element are identical, but we see isotopes which are having atoms of the same element but having different mass. They are not at all identical. Instead, different elements have different atoms. This is correct. Other one says atoms combine in certain whole number ratios. It's also correct. That is called a law of definite proportions. Then the fifth postulate where he says that atoms cannot be created, destroyed, or changed into in other elements. This is controversial because in nuclear reaction we do see creation of new atoms or new elements. So with this we complete the first module. Many more information is going to come in the further videos. Thank you.